Hey guys, my name is Mannequin and welcome back to EDM Pro Tips. As you could probably guess by the title, today's video is about talking to other producers. So, you could probably, if you're watching this series through, you're not just jumping in with this video, then you would know from the last video that I talked about one of the reasons you want to talk to other producers is to learn what you could improve on. That's one of the major things. You need to kind of, you have your style, but at the same time, there are things you can improve on in your style. So that's one of the main reasons you would want to talk to producers, but there are some other big reasons. And probably the biggest reason that you'd want to talk to other producers is because essentially any entertainment industry is driven by connections and networking. If you didn't know this already, essentially how far you get in the EDM scene is going to be driven by who you know. You could make the best music on earth, but if you just kind of drop it on SoundCloud, don't really tell anybody, about your music, and then no one's gonna find it. I mean, you could have the best music on earth, but that doesn't mean anyone's gonna find it. For example, when you first start posting things on SoundCloud, you get let's say you get 10 plays a week. That's kind of a realistic number. When you first start posting stuff, you get around 10 plays a week if you're lucky. You could have awesome music, but 10 people a week are hearing it. So that doesn't, unless you're, really, really lucky and someone who's got, a blog or something happens to run across your music, which is not very likely, then even if you make the best music on earth, you're actually not gonna become one of the professionals just because you have amazing music. So one of the biggest reasons you need to network with other producers is to kind of expand where your music is heard, and so you could hear other people's music. Because also the other thing is, I might have talked about in some of my other videos, you don't really make money off selling your music, you make money off the performances, which in the case of electronic music is typically either DJ sets or doing live sets if you do something more in the style of Porter Robinson or Deadmau5 or something like that, off the top of my head, the two big names. But anyway, so essentially, knowing that, you kind of have to keep in mind that who you know plays a major role, because the people that you know that are in the industry are going to get you those gigs, and if you have a connection of people who aren't in the industry, there's a bigger chance that you could potentially get into the industry, because if one of you gets a hook, then you know that person now, so he just got in, which means that if he's someone that you talk to regularly, he'll be like, hey, I know this other guy who produces some pretty cool music, you should check him out too. Because, I mean, most producers aren't really fighting for number one, and they're just, pushing everyone out of the way, and they're trying to, just themselves. Most producers are cooperating because they realize that if you do that, everyone for himself, kind of, step on everybody to get to the top, it doesn't really work. You don't, no one wants to be with you, no one wants to be your fan, no one wants to support you, so then in the end you don't really get anywhere. So most people you'll find actually want to network, so it's a great opportunity to expand the reach of your music, as well as connecting with other people, so that when they get into cool opportunities, they might invite you, or you could potentially invite them. So let's say you get one venue, and then, but your friend, you connect with your friend, you kind of get him in, and then suddenly another venue wants him, but they haven't asked you yet. Then there's this opportunity to where that venue that found him can actually find you through that connection. So really, it's this great opportunity for you to help other people and for other people to help you. So that's probably the biggest reason you want to network with other people. I mean, there are people that have awesome networking skills and crappy music, and they're famous just because they know who to talk to and they know how to talk to those people. There's the two major reasons, like I talked about one in my previous video, one for learning how you can improve, and two for networking. If you just want to become famous, then pretty much all you need to do is network. But if you actually want to become a really solid producer and people like your music because your music is good, not just because your music is everywhere, then you'll want to, learn from the other producers as well as networking with them. So really, you have no excuse to, just hide in a hole and say, if I have the best music, then everybody will definitely find me and I will become famous one day, because unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding whether or not you should reach out to try to talk to someone. Man, there are people in the comment section. They tell you what kind of music they produce. Talk to them. If you see someone that's like, hey man, there's someone asked me, hey man, could you do a Future House video? That person is interested in Future House. That's an opportunity right there. You kind of, just chat them up. You know, if you do Future House, you might say, hey, I've got some Future House stuff. Maybe I could show you a thing or two. Aside from that, maybe if he's already producing Future House, then you could check out his stuff, and if there's something you like, you could say, hey man, how'd you do this? Like, or, oh man, I like your track. Mind if I drop it at a gig I'm doing? So really, there's opportunities everywhere. You just have to look, and don't be bashful. Worst case scenario, your music stinks and they don't want anything, and you're just as bad off as if you wouldn't have asked. So there's really no real harm in asking. I mean, there have been some people that have asked me, you know, they've asked me to check out their music, and I check out their music and I give them feedback. And I think I said to one that I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't drop this at an event, but I could see in the future to where you could get to a point where I could definitely drop one of your tracks. So that's just because they say no doesn't mean no forever. It just means no right now. That doesn't mean bug them eternally. It just means, you know, just because they say no doesn't mean that's a final answer. I mean, there'll come a time where they might say no, and then later on they might seek you out and say, hey, dude, what you're doing is awesome. You want to do something together? So really, find someone and just try talking to them. Worst, you know, like I said, worst case scenario, you're no better off than when you started, and you can't really, like, if some random person on the internet hates you because you asked them to check out your music, so what? He's some random person on the internet until you make a connection with him. So, so don't worry about, you know, getting hurt from doing this stuff. When it's over the internet and it's not someone you're going to run into every day, you don't need to worry about it becoming something like, you know, being afraid of someone, because they only become a person that you really connect with when you actually connect with them. If you don't end up connecting with them, then they're just, you know, as far away as if you would never have talked to them. So, so really, try that out. It is an awesome thing to do, and that's actually one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel, because I figured, you know what, I kind of want to meet other people, and I've got something that I could do to help out other people. So I started this channel, and now I'm kind of, like, right now, what I'm trying to do, actually with this video, is I'm trying to create a community for all you guys to start networking. Because really, you could actually, like, with all the people that are on this channel, if we all just kind of work together, we could make a record label that could become really big. I mean, feasibly. Not like, you know, something that's actually going to happen, and that's what I'm trying to push, but we could feasibly do that, just because this is a place to where we could get to that level. So, so it's really an important thing to try out, and like I said, you'll find other people on this channel that have comments that might seem like they're of the style, or maybe check out, a lot of people I know have a YouTube name that is similar to their SoundCloud name, or they'll actually link to their SoundCloud on their YouTube page. So check out some of the other people on this channel and that have, like, commented and stuff, and then you'll run into some people that do some pretty cool stuff, and, you know, just chat them up, ask, like, tell them that their music is awesome or something like that, or ask if they could give you some feedback on your own work. So really, I've talked about this a lot, so I'm just going to leave it here. But anyway, that is a great thing to try, and is the thing that will get you the most plays ever. It is like, if you want plays, just network. If you actually want to improve, like I said, you have to do some of the other things I've been talking about in the videos, and you have to network. But yeah, so really, you can't get a lot of fans without networking. That's all I'm trying to say here. And conversely, you can get a lot of fans with just networking. So really, it takes some balance to kind of find where you're at. You don't have to spend all your day networking, just do a little bit. So at some point, you know, you'll want to decide, okay, I don't want to talk to too many people right now, I just want to focus on producing. Good for you. That is a good thing to do. Just remember, don't completely forget networking. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If, like, this is the best video to just leave comments in the description. Wow, that was really dumb. Leave comments in the description, everybody. Like, you could do that. Okay, this is the best video for you to leave comments below, because, like, you could just say, hey, I do this style. If anyone's interested in checking out my stuff, or if anyone wants to collaborate with me, I'm open for that. It's a great video. Just throw that down here and just kind of spam the comments, because then people can actually look through, and they'll see a whole ton of people they could contact. Might not be the best content for us to go digging through if we're looking for tips, but this is the best spot to where we can actually just make a list of people who are interested in networking, and it gives you an opportunity to look through their stuff and to share your own stuff. So try that out, everybody. Let's see what we can do here. Thanks for watching.